Hey guys, welcome back. As you can tell, the audio isn't quite matching up with the video. This is actually a voiceover. Unfortunately, everything that I recorded on the patio where this was taken is just... you just can't hear it. You can't hear anything because there are AC vents and it's incredibly loud. So basically, I'm just explaining in this clip that this is what I'm doing. I'm actually refinishing this nightstand table that I have. My grandmother gave it to me a while back, and I've just never taken the time to sand it down and repaint it so it looks a little better and a little newer. So that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. I am not a professional, so anything that you learn here, know that there's probably a better way to do it. But I do think that I need to sand down the front, especially the top, just because it has a nice smooth coating. I really wanted the paint to stick to this thing and not just slide off. So that's basically what the intro clip is about. And you can see I have this little like hand sander. It actually like tightened on my wrist. And here you can just see the top of the table, how smooth it is. That really isn't gonna hold paint very well. And I also am just gonna sand down all of this to just make sure the paint sticks really, really well. At least that is my goal. And as you can see here, I had to get really serious and like stand on it because I wanted to sand the top of this thing. And I did actually end up realizing that it's a whole top piece of a different material. But here is sanding the front, cleaning everything out, wiping it off. And there was a little issue with the back. The back panel was just starting to come off because it's older and, you know, staples, and they're not the best. So this is me trying to fix that, and this is me failing at fixing that and promptly giving up on all of it and just moving on to the next step because I didn't want to deal with it, so yay! Oh, here we are. So this is actually just a shower curtain that I have laid out on my patio. And here we are, the first misstep of the day. The paint that I was going to use just solidified. It was outside in my car for a really long time, and I even tried to use it. I tried so hard to make this work, but it just was not working. As you can see, when I go on to paint it, it's all streaky and just clumpy and weird. And I was really disappointed because I loved this color and it matches my bed frame perfectly, but I didn't want the whole thing to look like that. So I came up with a totally new plan. Oh, here I am being extremely frustrated and trying not to show it on camera. I decided to make my own. I grabbed some acrylic paints and just started to mix my own color. I was trying to make sure that I had enough, and I did end up pouring a little bit too much. These are the colors that I used if you are interested, and you can kind of see here how I've like split them up. I do add more purple and the dark blue a little bit later on. Here I am just mixing it up with a screwdriver. Please don't use your parents' screwdrivers to mix paint. This is mine, I own it, I can ruin it. I'm allowed. And there's my immaculate painting technique. Yep, there we go. Slap it in. Pure beauty. I decided to paint the inside first so it had more time to dry, especially the inside drawer part, because I didn't want to try and shove the drawer in there while the paint was still wet. So here's me just slapping some paint on. Now, while painting this, I did really start to understand that you shouldn't paint wood with acrylic paint. It was just too thick, it didn't work, and I didn't really have the forethought to try and thin it down at all before I started painting. If acrylic is all that you have, I definitely recommend thinning it down because this got gloopy, and especially here on the really smooth top, it was hard for me to get an even coat, and you can see I just go back and forth across the top so many times trying to get a nice even coat. Extremely difficult, didn't end up turning out even. And the front drawers were super easy to paint. Actually, it it was the shortest part of the project. Super easy. And here we are! I decided to leave this outside for quite a while. Here I am covered in paint from head to toe. It was truly a mess. But I left this outside all day and into the next morning to dry. Here I am, just kinda checking it out after it had been outside in the hot Texas sun for a few hours. I probably could have brought it inside at this point, but I decided to keep it out. You can also see there are just some specks of dust. I probably could have covered those up with paint, but I didn't really care. I'm not that worried about it. You can see all of the texture from the acrylic paint in that last shot, but here she is, all nice and dry, and inside it is actually really beautiful. I am happy with the way that it came out. I do like the color. Here you can really see all of that acrylic paint texture, especially over here in the corner. I honestly don't mind because it's gonna be covered up with stuff, but if you really didn't like it, you could probably just sand that down and repaint it if yours came out like that. And the final step of the project is putting on the new drawer handles. This is super easy to do. It's literally just screwing them in. So I kind of like put the screw on, held the screwdriver back there, and just twisted it on. And yeah, here she is. You guys probably actually won't end up seeing this very much in my videos, but here is the final product. Thank you so much for watching. I know this video was a little bit different. I was planning on doing something else this week, but it just didn't work out. So, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next weekend with another video. It'll probably be a little bit different than this, but who knows? Maybe I'll do another voiceover. We'll just have to see what happens. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, go ahead and like and subscribe below, and I'll see you guys next time.